Here, will you walk him around? Yeah. All right, you guys, Chance is just getting a little update. As you guys know, he came in a body score of negative, but my God, he's looking better. Right there, I can actually, really, between all of his ribs, finally, like, oh, can you guys believe how much better this thing looks? Come here, Mr. Thing.
I don't know why we go through this.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time, guys.
We added an obstacle, and he's like, I don't want to do it. We added a tarp. He's like, nope. I actually told Misty today, I said, the more that he gains weight, the more sassy he gets. He's like, I'm not scared of any of it, but I'm not. We added the tarp, and he's like, I'm not doing it.
I'm already standing on it.
Yep. So what exercise he does get is just, we do some walking every day. He gets turned out when time permits, obviously. But he is eating, obviously, everything we put in front of him, a special diet. He's getting some soaked alfalfa cubes because he did choke at one point. So he gets soaked alfalfa cubes. He gets a pelleted feed, a senior feed that we also soak. And he's just going to kind of get a little bit of... No, he said it's supper time. Like, he wants back in the barn because it's supper time. He does know. He literally does this all the time, the trail course.
I gotta get in there.
He knows that his food is waiting for him. Can you guys believe how naughty he's being? I can, because we know his personality now, kind of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we know more about him. Look at him. He's like, there's food in there waiting for me.
He's like, I now have the power.
He does. I'm telling you, the better he feels, the more we're like... I'm telling you, Lisa, he knows one thing, and that's that there is food inside this barn. It's supper time. Exercise time is over, and he wants you to put him inside that barn. And look at him. He's like taking Jess. He's like, Jess. Yes. Oh, he's going to be massive. Yeah, even Tyler was like, he's bigger than a size 2 shoe, so he does definitely have draft feet. My child is
That scared me.
bossing Dara. He is doing everything he can to convince Jess to go back towards the barn and not away from the barn. Janet, Chance was already saved, and we have just been helping rehabilitate him and get him strong enough to transport. And now he actually was like a body score of 1. Yeah, Scott was like, I don't even know what to call this at the time because it was so bad that it was like a -1. And now he is the body score of 1 1/4. So we're almost to 1 1/2, which when we get to 2 is when he can transport and do things. So we're getting there, but he is wanting, look at him. He's like protesting his whole body.
How can I nonchalantly get myself back in there?
Yeah, he was a -1/2. So that was awful, but I will tell you that he was a 1 1/4 last time, and he has gained weight, and we were told that when he got to 1 1/2 that we could up his grain, so that's probably right about now. And when he gets to 2 is when we were told that he would be safe to go on and, transport. And
4 times a day, every 2 hours.
no, I think that he's really getting all that his body can process. That's the next problem. I will say that he is definitely wanting Jess to take him in the barn. His body demeanor is hilarious to me. He's kind of like having a dog. He does keep looking at the barn. We just walk him in one big circle, and then we can go put him up. We did treat him for EPM. He did have some, what we thought maybe were minor neurologic symptoms, but the more we got to know him, I don't know that it was better to treat him and to know that that's not a thing than to not treat him and to allow it to progressively get worse. With that being said, look at him. He's like, he thinks that he thinks he runs the place and we all work for him. We just haven't told him yet that that's not how any of this works. But he does have a lot of sass. He does have a lot of personality, and he's going to be a dog. I'm just telling you, whenever he gets to feeling even better, that personality's coming out. He's going to be like having a big dog at their house. So I did, Maggie, the way that body score is determined is based on a lot of things. Like when he first came in, we could see every rib on him, which right now his ribs are covered for the most part. Like this, like as you feel, there is some meat to there.
Every rib.
Right here, this was dipped all the way down to where the rib shelving came up. So he still obviously is such a big horse. And it's hard because most horses we could have looking better than this quicker, except for he had a lot of factors. He was extremely wormy. He had EPM. Yeah, well, even the organs. So he had some of his organ tissue eaten away. So you have to start putting the weight on internally. He had a parasite infestation. He had mild EPM. So we were battling a lot of things that didn't just include weight loss. So we had to address all of those things before we could start to really put the weight on him. But now we are, and I'm telling you the weight, I mean, we're 30 days from him being much better. Yes. And we are having to work on some backing up. Obviously, when you have a horse with some minor neurologic stuff, the backing up is something, you know, we've been trying to work on, and just hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have a little bit more time. He was supposed to transport to go to Billings, but I was going to talk to Misty because it's -7 there. And it's 83 here today. It was 83 degrees here today. My child is in like knickers and like little short pedal pusher pants, short sleeve, and no shoes. I mean, it's 83 degrees, and my husband is my husband's not willing to put him on our truck because he said, like, you guys have worked so hard, and if he were to die, it would be catastrophic. Look at him. So we kind of thought that his neurologic symptoms weren't getting better because of moments like this. And then I think we've realized lately that's not the case. He was literally leaning for Jess to scratch him. Yeah. It was so funny. We were like, wait a minute. But it's supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow, and it's supposed to be raining and 75, and then it's supposed to be 80 for 2 more days. So I'm unsure of how to handle the putting a horse on a truck in 80-degree weather to take them to -7. Jacob said he's not doing it. Jacob is unwilling. Jacob's not willing. But that's what makes it hard. It's not that he's strong now. He would make the trip if the weather was more like.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him making it.
It's the weather.
80-degree difference.
So we talked to Misty, obviously through live just now. She has a little group, and she had actually offered a home to the skinny mare also. It might be something that you guys might want to get with Misty, and that mare and Chance can go together next month. Misty, I don't know if you would be willing. Maybe you could fundraise. Obviously, Misty's put thousands of dollars in Chance, and so let me say this. I don't like fundraising. I hate it, but hold on a second. This is what I'm going to say. Hold on. Misty has, oh yeah, he loves to have his feet picked up, Jacob. He loves that. He's like, wait, do you want this one? Look where he's had his feet trimmed too by Tyler. They're getting in such good shape. Well, you can tell he's a damn draft horse. How big's he going to be when he fills out? That's another thing, is people don't realize that this is a draft horse. This is not just a regular paint. He's a draft. And look, his feathers are starting to come out where he's feathered. And we were like, what is this? As he's gotten healthy, look at his feathers. He is going to be so beautiful. But I think that I'm okay with people fundraising that have already purchased one and put the amount of time and attention, like, into this one. Like, if Misty happens to want to fundraise for the mare and take her too, I don't feel... Misty didn't realize that she had bought a draft horse. Well, Misty, you bought a draft horse. He was officially called, what did he say? He thought that he was a Belgian paint cross. Yeah, a Belgian paint cross is what the vet called him. A Belgian paint cross. That's right. Yeah, he's a Belgian paint cross. But when somebody buys a horse like this and just keeps fighting for them and doing everything, I feel like that's when I don't mind. Like, if she hosts a fundraiser for him, please don't, or for the mare, please donate. Normally hot to cold is easier, blankets and stuff, than cold to hot except for arthritic horses. The problem with that Shelby is that hot to cold would be easier, except for he doesn't have enough meat to be able to keep himself warm. He doesn't have enough fat storage to be able to keep himself warm. So a horse like him would do better actually cold to hot, because he doesn't have to shiver to stay warm. The next issue is you can put a blanket on him all you want, but that's not actually going to... Daddy's picking up all of Tinley's mess. My child showed up and just started messing. Look at all her toys. Look, he's like, in the barn, my dinner. Yeah, he's just really trying. Look, he's like, food. It's in there. You have to admit it's hilarious watching his personality. Like, you can tell. Look, he's like, bitch. He's like, God damn it. This dumb bitch. Tell her, Jacob, food in there. He keeps looking at Jacob and he's like, Jacob. He literally, I don't think he's saying nice things about us, Jess. No. I think Chance has called us dumb bitches.
Just wait until I gain some more weight, buddy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's like, okay. He's like, let's fucking go. He's like, that's it. They've seen me. I've paraded around. I want to say he's a sweetheart till moments like that. There's nothing sweet about, he's like, listen, dum-dum. Like, he started calling us names about 5 minutes ago. For sure. All right. If anybody knows anybody that would like this semi-trailer, it is free. You can come and get it for free. It has tires. You can have it for free. For free. All right, you guys. I'm telling you, they can have it and all the contents. And then we have Chance, who is like, they can have it. All right, go put your horse up. He loves Jess. I thought that he really does, but he knows she's the food lady. He's like, finally, Jesus. Chance, the more and more that he gets, you know. So, all right, you guys, we went ahead and have reoccupied B2 after we went ahead and sanitized the shed, put a new bale of hay out, sanitized the water, and you know what? Nothing has gotten sick. I think it was just the weather snap, but we wanted to make sure. So, don't forget this beautiful mule here. This mule. Yeah, he's trying to drag Jess. No, oh. Well, he said he needed a belly scratch. So the little mule needs a home. Don't forget the mares. Everything else is doing really good. And so everything looks good, honestly. My place is, everybody's been doing their part, that's for sure. All right, you guys. We are out of here. Daddy, say bye. Bye, you guys.